think it's good to go, or do you think we need to clean it a little bit more?
Welcome back, everyone. So we are working on putting the new windshield in the project Jeep, the one that was on its side, because our windshield is really crushed. Now, we've never done this before, so we're learning a lot, and this is actually a lot more difficult than we thought it was going to be. But right now, we have it pretty much completely cleaned, and now we're going to work on actually getting the glass installed so we can get this frame on this Jeep over here. All of this goodness right here. This is going to look a lot better when we're done, hopefully. Before we actually install the window, we have to address this. So this is one of these mounting plates, so you can actually mount the frame to the Jeep, and these have a tendency to come off, and if I undo both these bolts, this plate in here is going to go flopping around inside the frame. It's really a pain to actually get back in place. We managed to get it back in place by just fishing around with hooks, but we have it off the Jeep so we can rotate the frame. So I think what we're going to try to do is just glue it in place, and I'm going to do that by potentially just giving a little bit of super glue in here if I can. Put your thing behind there and just push it towards me. Don't move it though. Just push it, just push it. I'll line it back up. Now just hold. Yeah, I think that'll work. It's just got to stop that plate from shifting around. That's all it's got to do. It doesn't have to hold much weight at all. So we'll just let that completely cure, and then we'll get on the rest. I think you're right. There's the other ways that you I'm so shocked by this cockpit. It's like the gun of all guns, huh?
Yeah?
Much better.
Happy with it?
Yeah.
Just this part. I don't know about everything else.
Well, we're getting there. There's one thing we have to do. You have to peel the sticker off.
It doesn't peel off.
There. Now it's officially on there. Okay, we're back inside and all cooled off and done with being in that heat. That was, started getting really hot there and we started getting really tired. So, what I thought we'd do here is do some lessons learned, just kind of recap on what we did or the things we would do differently. And I actually have a little list here and I thought we'd just go over them. So the first one is, a utility knife works best. We tried many things, gasket scrapers, glass scrapers, all sorts of things with different blades in it. We tried chemicals like acetone and mineral spirits and WD-40, and I don't know why we tried WD-40 to be honest. I knew that wasn't going to touch it, but we were just trying anything that would take that adhesive off. We tried heat. I tried torching a putty knife, and then I tried actually hitting some of the adhesive with a torch itself, and that stuff is crazy. Like, nothing really touches that adhesive. That is amazing stuff. I even have like a soldering iron with a hot knife attachment, and the soldering iron is pretty hot. Even that had a hard time touching it. So honestly, the best thing that we found worked for us was a utility knife, and just kind of get after it and do your best. The second thing is the outer gasket. Now, on a windshield for a Jeep, you have a gasket on the inside and the outside. And when we went to put the windshield in, we set it into the adhesive, and then we had to pop that gasket in. It was really hard in some spots, really hard. We thought we were going to mess up the window by how hard we were pushing that gasket in. We eventually got it to pop, and it does look nice, but it's really, really hard. And after looking at it, the gasket that sticks into the window channel, it's actually got like a C channel in there, and it's meant to go around the glass, and so we're kind of popping it in there like this all the way around. If I had to do this again, I would actually put the gasket onto the windshield itself and then set the windshield into the adhesive and then go around and work the window down. Third thing is the cocking gun. So get yourself a really nice cocking gun. I have a 2-speed, and we just bought it specifically for this project. I have never seen one before, just found it. I knew going into the project that the adhesive coming out of that tube is really tough, and a lot of the materials you squeeze out like that, they're really hard on your arms, and you only have so much time to work with it. So I was making a joke with my brother, like, we're gonna have to take turns on every corner because the stuff is so thick. However, the cocking gun that I bought has 2 speeds. It has high power, low speed, or low power, high speed, and that worked out fantastic. We just put it in the mode that gave us the most power and went the slowest, and we just went around, and honestly, it went really quick. I'll leave a link below if I can find one similar to what I have, because that worked really well. I honestly wouldn't do the project with anything else. You don't even need to buy an electric gun, though that would make it way easier, but using the 2-speed gun, it was no sweat at all. That was probably the easiest thing to do, to be honest, and I was dreading that part of the job. The adhesive was the worst part of the job, getting it off the frame. That was crazy. Okay, the fourth thing is be prepared. Now, what I mean by this is lay everything out, how you're going to use it, all at one time before you start the project at all. I attempted to do this, but I failed in some regard, and I thought we had messed up because we were spending precious time doing other things instead of working on the windshield itself. So what I recommend is take every single tool, take all your gaskets, get everything laid out exactly how you're going to need them, when you're going to need them, and then as you're going along, you can just kind of move things to the side as you're done using them. And your workbenches and stuff will empty themselves out as you're going. The other thing that I would do is I'd make yourself a quick cheat sheet. Just write the steps out in the order that you need to do them, and then as you're running to your bench or wherever you have to grab your tools, you can just kind of glance at it and make sure that you've done things in the order that need to be done. That's going to really help you with this job. We spent quite a few minutes trying to figure out some things, and you don't really have time to look at a YouTube video, you don't really have time to look up directions, so just kind of get that stuff hammered out beforehand and you'll be good to go. The last thing I'm going to leave you with are the 2 last things. One's a question, and that is, how do you think professionals do this? Because it took us quite a few hours to get everything done. Granted, we had to pull a broken frame off the Jeep and some roll bar parts, but it took us basically all day to do this. And it was not necessarily an easy job, I would say. So I'm wondering, what chemicals or tools do the professionals use to get that adhesive off the frame, because that is the most difficult part out of everything in my mind. The last thing that I want to leave you with is, would you do this yourself? And if I ask myself that question now, the answer would probably be yes, but only on a Jeep. It's really difficult, it really is, and the Jeep makes it easy because you can pull the whole frame off the body and then work on it on a horizontal surface instead of on a vertical surface. If we had to work on it on a vertical surface, I probably wouldn't have done it and just taken it to someone and paid for their labor to have it done, because it was difficult enough for it being horizontal, and can't imagine doing vertical with the tools that we had. So that's it. That's the lessons learned. That's my 2 cents in the whole thing. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching. Please subscribe and like the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and be prepared for our next few videos coming out in this Jeep, because we're doing some really cool stuff with it. We're really enjoying it. We're restoring this thing from the ground up, and it's going to be really awesome when we're done with it. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next video.